was the last of them. But what in the name of the goddesses are Bulblins doing in these outskirts?
It's like everything has gone down the drain since the hero left Hyrule. Gentlemen, we have arrived at Ordon village. I wonder if there's someone here who could get us some horses upon we embark for Hyrule.
Actually, the mayor of this settlement owes me a favor after I once rescued his life. Wait here while I will go and talk with him. Sirs, the mayor welcomes us to his home. These are the two knights and the Overlord I was talking about.
Welcome, travelers. What brings such noble men to my humble corners?
Dear sir, have you heard about the legend of the Hero of Time and the Chamber of Sages?
Now that is a name I have not heard in a long time. Please, sit down. I don't know if the gentlemen are aware, but this settlement, or more specifically forest, is where the infant hero of time was brought by his mortally wounded mother when the civil war of countless eras ravaged at its worst. Bearing witness to this sight, the wise and old great Deku tree took care of the child. He sensed that the infant's destiny was closely tied to that of Hyrule and raised him as a Kokiri, leaving him completely unaware of his Hyrulean identity. There was a reason for this, however, as time would arrive for the young Link to rescue Hyrule and its people.
Correct. Shortly after this incident, the war was finally quelled by the King of Hyrule, and likely his Goron and Zora allies, resulting in the unexplained disappearance of the Sheikah tribe, the unification of the lands under the Kingdom of Hyrule, and finally Ganondorf, the king of the Gerudo Thieves, was forced to swear fealty to the King of Hyrule.
You mean the petty criminal who met his deserved fate by our own Link a few years back?
He was far more than a criminal. He was the reincarnation of the Demon King himself. Humiliated by the Hylians, Ganondorf began in secret to plot against the royal family, seeking the spiritual stones to claim the omnipotent Triforce. On the fateful day his plan was set in motion, the cursed Great Deku Tree summoned the 9-year-old Link and bestowed him the Kokiri Emerald. He told him to embark along with Navi to Hyrule Castle Town to warn Princess Zelda about the looming threat.
True. Upon the Great Deku Tree's death, Link left the forest and headed to Hyrule Castle. Just like him, the princess had in a dream foreseen Ganondorf's plot to claim the Triforce and conquer the world. But her father, the King of Hyrule, did not believe the prophecy. Link collected the spiritual stones and helped out the Gorons and the Zoras, but arrived too late to prevent Ganondorf's attack on Hyrule Castle. In a panic escape organized by Impa, Zelda tossed the Ocarina of Time to the young hero, who ran off to the Temple of Time.
Unaware of what was about to take place, Link opened the Door of Time and pulled the legendary Master Sword. Just to be sealed in it. Seeing this, Ganondorf exploited the situation. He invaded the Sacred Realm, claimed the Triforce of Power, and conquered Hyrule. 7 years had passed until the hero awoke in the Chamber of Sages, where the Light Sage Rauru and the mysterious Sheik tasked him to break the curse cast by Ganondorf on the 5 temples and awake the sages within them. Along with his trusty mare Epona, and guided by Navi and Sheik, Link crossed the land of Hyrule, defeated the monsters lurking in the temples, and awoke the 5 sages, Saria, Darunia, Ruto, Impa, and Naburu of the Gerudo tribe, and returned back to the Temple of Time. There, Sheik revealed his true identity as the 7th sage and keeper of the Triforce of Wisdom, Princess Zelda herself, and granted the Hero of Time the light arrows. Unfortunately, Ganondorf had Link under complete surveillance and sealed the princess the moment after she dropped her disguise, bringing her to his castle.
With the assistance of the 6 sages, Link conquered the trial set by Ganondorf and steadily fought his way towards the top of the castle, where the King of Thieves and the imprisoned Zelda waited for the hero's entrance. The massive door opened, and accompanied by the sound of organs, the Triforce of power, wisdom, and courage resonated.
These toys are too much for you. I command you to return them to me.
The decisive battle against the King of Thieves for the Triforce and the future of Hyrule commenced. But that is a timeline for another day.
Did you hear that? They have returned. Their master Ganon might have fallen, but that hasn't stopped them from terrorizing this land. Overlord, follow me. These monsters do not spare anyone. You filthy little bastards! Get over here and taste some Mayor Bow! Well-placed hit, but you better get moving before reinforcements arrive. I will follow you up to the horses at Ordon's Spring. We don't have much time. You have to get to Hyrule Castle and warn Princess Zelda about the Bulblin's return.
Mayor, thank you for your hospitality. We are in your debt.
What? The mayor is dead?
Moblins, Bokoblins, and Bulblins, the plagues of this land. I just hope our co-knights have made it safely to Telmasvar and Castle Town.
I feel something terrible has happened. It's as our fellow knights have ended up in the wrong time and space. Sir Zeltik, Sir Wily, Sir Conqueror, can you hear me?
Yes, Overlord. We're in a miserable Hyrule infested by monsters and barely made it into a now besieged town finding a group of soldiers. Among them there's a person simply calling himself the Historian, who introduced us to a chronicle he's written describing the decline of this forsaken place.
As I have feared, you have ended up in the downfall timeline. I will try to enable my powers to get you out of there.
What brings the honorable gentleman to my castle?
Your Royal Highness, we come from the neighboring land of Ordon, where we have witnessed the brutal murder of its mayor by a vast horde of Bulblins. We have our concerns that they are heading this way.
Bulblins, Overlord. I thought they and their king retreated at the end of the Shadow Invasion after getting a real beating from our hero.
Correct, but it seems they have returned in far greater numbers.
Your Highness, war. The Bulblin army has just breached through the Bridge of Ordana, murdering the border guards, and are heading towards Hyrule Field.
What? Bring in my lazy generals over here and make sure the soldiers get out to Hyrule Field immediately.
Yes, Your Highness, but what about King Bulblin?
He will be my bitch!
You and the princess must leave immediately. Take the horses and get out of here.
I am not moving anywhere. We did not restore this castle just to hand it over to some filthy Bulblins.
Overlord, are you there?
Something terrible has happened. Hyrule Castle and town have fallen to the evil King Bulblin. I do not know what happened to your fellow stubborn knights as they swore to protect the princess, but I am doing my best to get you out of there. No more errors. Get straight to the house at the end of the town. I will get you out of this hell.
I guess it's time for us to leave.
Thank you for your assistance, by the way. Take the Chronicle. Let the proud highlands of your era know of our tragic fate and never repeat our mistakes.
We certainly will.
I knew it was a mistake by Link to keep you and your kind alive. You will pay for this. What? Then, what do you want from us?
Princess Zelda, Sir Commonwealth, Sir Jack, and Sir Macintyre are alive, but they are held as prisoners in the same cell at the castle dungeon. For now, I will try to locate a contact of the hero in the Sacred Grove, and then, who knows?
Pesky worthless cuckoos, always getting in the way. Oh my golden goddesses. Ah! Ah!
Sir Luke, is that you?
Eat my blade, you filthy Bakublins! Overlord, how in the name of goddesses did we end up on this great sea?
Sir Luke, whose ship is this?
The ship belongs to the royal family of New Hyrule. We were tasked to deliver some crucial historical documents to Her Highness Princess Zelda, but I guess we can look at them on the way. Or until you get me and Sir Jesse out of here.
I am working on it, but do mind, we have troubles of our own here in the child timeline. Do not be afraid. I do not mean you any harm. You say the hero set out on a spiritual journey, but is he in Hyrule? Then I might have an idea of where he is. Thank you.
Your Royal Highness, I am Sir Luke the ZeldaMaster, and I'm here to rescue you.
How did you get past the guards?
That is a way too long story to tell right now, but excuse us, Princess. We need to get out of here at once.
Is that the Skull Kid?
It does look like it, but more importantly, why isn't the Master Sword in its pedestal?
Lady VortexxyGaming, Sir HMK, over here!
Overlord, what's going on?
The hero has returned and pulled the blade of evil's bane. Skull Kid here has been keeping me company, telling me about the further endeavors of his friend, the Hero of Time, in the parallel world of Termina.
Did you think I forgot about you? Hyrule is at its breaking point, and we haven't faced a crisis this great since the Shadow Invasion. Back then, the descendant of the dreadful interlopers, the twisted and fanatic Twilight Zant, with Ganondorf's malice overthrew and cursed Midna, the Princess of Twilight, after being denied the crown. Filled with hatred, the self-proclaimed king launched a massive invasion and put an end to centuries of continuous peace. My soldiers fought courageously against the shadow demons, but the prolonged peace and dissolution of the Knight's Order had left the armed forces of Hyrule weakened. There was little they could do until he stood there in the throne room of New Castletown with an ultimatum. Surrender or die. Life or death. The Twilight demons forced me, Princess Zelda of Hyrule, to submission, and accept Hyrule to be covered in twilight. It was at that time when the noble beast from Ordon appeared, the bloodline descendant of the legendary Hero of Time. The new Link restored light to the provinces of Faron, Eldin, and finally Lanayru, and helped Midna to reassemble the Few Shadow, just to be attacked and knocked out by Zant.
Midna was mortally injured, and the hero once again in wolf form hurried to Hyrule Castle. Zelda sacrificed herself to the Twilight Princess, and Hero drew the Master Sword from its pedestal. With it, the curse cast on him was dispelled. Together with Midna and with the hidden skills of the Hero's Shade, he would then reassemble the Mirror of Twilight and reopen the gateways to the past, a stronghold, an ancient civilization in the sky, and finally, the Palace of Twilight, where the hero defeated Zant. However, in the moment of death, Zant revealed that Ganondorf had been fully resurrected and returned to Hyrule Castle, forcing the Hero of Twilight to a decisive confrontation against the King of Thieves, who, for a short while, took possession of Zelda's body.
Let me just say that wasn't my greatest moment. Fortunately, the hero knocked Ganondorf out of the body and transformed into a wolf in order to take down Beast Ganon, while Midna utilized the Few Shadow to destroy Ganondorf's malice once and for all. She failed, but with the light arrows, the Demon King was forced to a last duel against the hero of Twilight. Leading to his demise after the Triforce of Power disappeared from his hand. Link, you left King Bulblin alive during the Shadow Invasion. I will not repeat the same mistake. Today we rise against the evil that has plagued our land ever since Her Grace, the Great Hylia, sealed the Demon King. In this moment, the bloodthirsty beasts are occupying and devastating our homes and preparing the enslavement of our people. But let them know, we Hylians, Gorons, and Zoras will never bow to their tyranny. We will not succumb. We will never surrender to King Bulblin. Together, with swords and bows in our hands and the hero by our side, we will bring justice, order, and peace to Hyrule. King Bulblin, your time has come.
What about the future, Overlord?
Well, that will be told in a separate video with all the 4 timelines. But for now, Your Highness, here's the complete chronology to our point in time.
Thank you for everything, Overlord.
Happy a little late Zelda 30th anniversary, everyone. To celebrate with style, the YouTube channels of Commonwealth Realm, Dr.Wily, GameOverJesse, HMK, Macintyre, VortexxyGaming, ZeldaConqueror, ZeldaMaster, and Zeltik have joined forces to form the Chamber of Sages, a multi-channel network for Zelda content. Go out and check it out by clicking to watch our top 7 Zelda games.